Good grief. At this point, they playing may the best snitch win. You know, it's wild, bruh. OTF starting to seem like it's not only the family, only the felons. You know, it's crazy. And this is why I say the whole street stuff is dumb. Because if you see what Durk defense team is doing, it's technically not like snitching. It's really just smart. But when you got these people that made these set of rules, if you go by the rules, that's quote unquote technically snitching because you tell your lawyer what to do. But if you ask me, Durk is just being smart. But after seeing this, bro, I think bro may be cooked. After all this new evidence and the new footage and all that, it seems like, bro, Durk definitely knew what was going on and he ain't as oblivious to it as he trying to play. And they might got Durk in for a long. I ain't gonna lie, bro. And if he don't testify or something, it may be over with for the boy. I ain't gonna hold you.
Is that Chris?
Man, what is good, YouTube? Y'all already know who it is, bro. It's Lucas J here, y'all. Back with another video, man. And today, y'all, we got a crazy and a very wild video to talk about. And now, how have the tables turned, man? It seems like in today's classroom, y'all, we got Lil Durk on the roster. And right now, Lil Durk's name is trending on social media after his attorney opening statements makes Lil Durk look like a snitch. And people are saying that Lil Durk is a quote-unquote rat. Now, we're going to talk about it and we're going to get into it. But before we do real quick, y'all know my little routine. Just hit that like button, you feel me? And comment tapped in if y'all tapped in down below, and also smash that notification bell. So for one, I can keep y'all updated on this situation, but also, bro, y'all could just be notified anytime I drop a video in general, bro. Now, as I said, bro, it seems like we got Lil Durk on the roster, and we got another update from his trial after day one, and things are not looking good for Lil Durk. Now, listen, if you anything like me, your best day out the month is payday. And if you wish that came a little sooner, I can actually help you with that. There is a banking app called Current right now, and they're allowing you to access up to $750 of your paycheck early if you qualify. Now, if we being honest, everybody likes to get paid, but who wouldn't want to get paid early? Now, this is not even the best part. With Current, you get a full set of features such as paycheck advance, the fee-free overdraft, but of course, the paycheck advance is my favorite. But if you just focused on building credit, or just a better way to manage your money, bro, they do all that in one app. Now, I actually rock with the app. Of course, that's why I'm partnered with them. Now, if you scan my QR code, it's gonna send you to a sign up page. And once you go there, you create your account, put your information in, go through the regular steps and order your Current card. Now, after you complete those steps, you're gonna see an option pop up and it's gonna ask you to use my promo code, which unlocks the $75 once you switch to your direct deposit. So make sure you go through the full sign up process so you don't miss it. Now, if that don't sound sweet, I don't know what it does. This app is literally helping you stay on top of your finances. Paycheck advance, money management. How sweeter could it get? Shout out to Current, bro. Now, we all are aware that Lil Durk is obviously arrested right now, and he's been on trial for the murder for hire trial of Quando Rondo cousin Lil Paul back in 2022. Now, right now, they're saying that Lil Durk was the one that paid to get bro knocked off, and his defense is that he's not. And it's been confirmed that 3 people are telling on him: OTF Jam, OTF Vonni, the guy Keith Jones, and it's not looking good for Durk. They're pretty much saying that they did what they did. They didn't plead guilty to it. You know, right now they pleaded guilty. They facing life in prison. They didn't plead guilty, took a plea deal, but they're saying that the reason why they did it is because Durk paid them for it. Even though there is no physical money evidence, they're saying that Durk paid them to do it. Now, today was day one at trial, and people are saying that Lil Durk is a quote-unquote rat. Now, as y'all see, it says obviously all 3 pleaded guilty and will testify against Durk. The opening statement was that this is a story of revenge. This isn't about music, it's about murder. They detailed King Von's death and Durk alleged determination for revenge. They had a presentation that included pictures, text messages, and etc. Now, this is where people are saying that Lil Durk is a quote-unquote rat. Pretty much, they said Durk opening was given by Marissa Goldberg. Their story. Kevon Grant, which is OT Vonni, did all of this. He was there when Von was killed, there for the May 2021 Georgia attempt on Quando Rondo, and was present at the August 2022 murder of Lil Paul. Before Von died, he said to OTF Vonni, "Why did you let me get shot? Why don't you do something?" Now, as y'all seen, just off that alone, on Durk lawyer's opening statement was that, you know, OTF Vonni did all this, and that his whole motive behind it was behind King Von passing because he was there when King Von lost his life. They end up saying that, you know, he was the one that was actually driving the Hellcat, went on to say that he loved bro while he was holding Von, and saying that, you know, the reason why this happened is because of OTF Vonni. Now, y'all know off the rip, they like, whoa, that's snitching, because if you don't know, you gotta have some type of defense, right? And The person that comes up with defense is obviously the person in the case and the lawyer, and people are saying that Durk told his lawyer to say it, and even though it's not physically coming out of his mouth, he's the one that's telling. Now, we all know that OTF Vonni has pleaded guilty to everything. He's admitted to being the person that orchestrated it. He's the one that admitted to getting the car. Like, he admitted to everything. Like, he's the mastermind behind this whole plan, and he's the one that stalked Quando Rondo the night before, and he was the one that shot at bro back in like 2021 or whatever when it was in Georgia, and he admitted to it. Like, he's saying it, and his alleged motive was because Durk paid him money to do it, and all Durk team is saying that no, he did all that. He admitted to it. You know what I mean? That's him basically just saying, like, it's not even really telling him because he admitted to doing all of it while facing life in prison. He just saying that I wasn't the reason why he did it. I didn't pay for him. Now, people are trying to call Durk a rat. Of course, the topic started going viral because Trap Lil Ross, right, the little British little YouTuber, ended up being the one that was at trial. And he came out and basically said that, you know, Lil Durk just blamed everything on Vonni, what the F, and pretty much trying to insinuate that Durk snitched.
I cannot believe what Lil Durk's defense is. We have just heard his defense make their opening statements, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm absolutely floored. You know what they're trying to do? They're blaming it all on Vonni. Now, I don't know if people are going to go as far as to say that he telling on Vonni, but he basically is blaming everything on Vonni. They're basically making this whole case. They showed the entire opening statement, right? Bear in mind that the prosecution, they showed various pictures, videos, still images of multiple attempts on Quando's life, the actual murder of Lil Pab, the footage of that, footage from Durk's music videos, footage from apparently still images of them when they tried to kill Quando in Waycross, Georgia. It was a whole presentation. When the defense were up there, they basically showed only a couple pictures, and the one picture they showed the whole time was just a picture of Vonni with King Von. They said it's all Vonni. Vonni was King Von's cousin. They said his nickname was Cuz because he was King Von's cousin. His whole identity was based around the fact that he was King Von's cousin, and he was the only one pushing slide for Von. They're all literally directly pointing the finger at Vonni, saying Vonni did it. Vonni's admitting to the government that he did it. He's turned snitch to try and save himself. Durk had nothing to do with it. They're saying that Vonni had the most to gain by sliding for Von. They're saying that Vonni was the guy that was driving the Hellcat away from the scene when King Von got shot. They're saying Vonni tried to speed King Von to the hospital the day that he died. They down near said Vonni was holding King Von in his arms, telling him he loved him before he took him to the hospital the last time they ever spoke. They basically said that it was Vonni that has the motivation to slide. It was all Vonni's idea. Vonni was organizing everything. Vonni got the guns, Vonni got the cars, Vonni got the sliders, Vonni got the killers. He did everything, and Durk did nothing. They're blaming it all on Vonni. I couldn't believe it. Now look, I'm not sure what people are going to categorize this as. I mean, is it telling if somebody is already cooperating with the state against you? Is there such thing as reverse telling? Can you tell back? If somebody works with the state and tells on you, can you tell back? But basically, Durk and his team are making it very clear it was all Vonni. He's saying it's all Vonni. Apparently, when they arrested Vonni, he was staying in a suite at a hotel in Chicago with his girlfriend. He said the cops busted into the suite and arrested him. And the defense is saying, oh, when the cops interviewed him, they basically said, you're the leader until you put someone else in charge. You know, you're the one that was in charge of all of this. They were saying Vonni and King Von go back decades. Their fathers were friends. Their dads just like went back years. Vonni was, you know, doing personal shopping for King Von. They even said, yeah, Vonni was so locked in with King Von, they had a shared bank account. He was managing all of his money. That was his closest guy. Bro, they even said, I don't know how true this is, but they said that when King Von died and he was in the car on the way to the hospital, he said to Vonni, why did you let me get shot? Why didn't you do something? And they're saying that devastated Vonni. He couldn't save King Von, and basically he planned to slide for Von that night. Nothing. They saying Durk didn't do nothing. It was all Vonni. I don't know if that's going to be believed, but that's the defense. It's insane.
Now, this had social media going crazy. People were saying like, oh, Durk is quote unquote technically a rat. People were saying that that's just smart. That's what your defense team is supposed to do, supposed to make your client look innocent. And it's been going crazy on social media. Now, a lot of people are mad at the guy Trap Lil Ross. They feel like he don't know what's going on. He not a part of this culture. He coming from the UK, jumping and stuff, putting out false headlines, and people ain't really smelling him. Now, of course, somebody that has something to say, 6ix9ine. We all know he's been, bro, Durk lives rent free in this man's head. He wants somebody to be a snitch with him so bad, it's actually disgusting and it's sad. Now, he said, so Durk snitching on Vonni, question mark, and don't blame his lawyers. Durk paid for them to defend him and knows what they're going to say. They previously talked about it. What's the quote unquote defense strategy? Let's put it all on Vonni. Snitch on me, I'll snitch on you. So snitch plus snitch equals it's okay. Now, low-key, he got a point because the lawyer does have to come up with a defense strategy, and Durk obviously gave him the green light, but it's like when you think about it, it's just common sense. But this is why I say the street stuff is dumb, because if you technically if you want to be technical about it, that is technically quote unquote snitching, but it's just common sense. If somebody admitted to all this, he admitted to getting the cars, admitted to being the mastermind, admitted to getting everybody, why would I not just blame it on a nigga that's already admitting to it? Why would I let him lie and say he paid for me when they got no proof of him giving me, no proof of me giving him any type of payment, but he's admitting to it out his mouth that, you know, he the one that was a mastermind behind it, and they already testifying against him. It just only made sense to be like, bro, he admitted to it, that's him. But hey, that's the streets, and ain't got nothing to do with me. Now, one person that did disagree and pretty much didn't agree to testify on Durk was OTF. Now, his opening was that Wilson was just a passenger. You remember that Kevon Grant, OTF, was the perpetrator. Wilson didn't know what the plan was before coming to LA. Wilson wasn't needed for Grant's plan. Wilson did nothing to further Grant's plan. He just a passenger. And then David Lindsay opening was that there is no records, DNA, fingerprints, texts, or DMs or calls, including Lindsay. If this is a murder for hire, where is the money? And this is the only thing that kind of throws me off about this whole case is how was Durk arrested on M for hire if they have no proof, right? No type of proof of payment, and they all going off the people that's testifying against him, like Jam, Vonni, and the other guys. And that's the only thing that's gonna make his situation look bad. Now, if they somehow come up with some type of proof that he was the one that gave him some type of payment, Durk is obviously done for. They don't even know how much was put on their head allegedly. It's all effed up. But their whole thing is that, you know, Durk is this evil guy that wanted revenge for Von, and he wasn't gonna stop until he got it, because we all seen the text message where he said peace, make peace with the switch, and he wasn't trying to bring no peace to it, and said that, you know, this for Von. And he just, people are saying that, you know, after Von died and, you know, after D-Thing died, Durk was just out for revenge. You know, he was out for vengeance, and that was his whole motive behind this whole case, you know. And it's crazy because, bro, after a lot of the stuff that was coming out before the trial came out, like on paperwork and how he was trying to spin on old block and how he was mad how people weren't standing on business about Von, it kind of made Durk look like the big dog of all this, and he was calling the shots, but they got no physical evidence of payment. But this is crazy, bro. You know, people are saying that Durk is a snitch because he's being smart about the situation, but that's just what happened when you in the streets, bro. And that's why I say the street stuff is dumb, because it always come back and bite you in the end. You feel me? They haven't testified yet, and I'm gonna try to keep y'all updated on this as much as possible. They did say that today they did show Lil Pop autopsy and the family was crying or whatever, and that's just a way to persuade the juror to really feel bad for him and try to convict her. It's just common sense, bro. That's just what they use, because now they look at him like, oh, he's the one that called this hit, he's an evil person. And hey, man, it's a part of a trial, and I don't know, bro. Durk is not looking good for the boy, but at the same time, that's smart what his defense team is doing. But if they can pull some type of evidence proving that he called it and that he had a motive behind it, then I don't know, bro. But give me y'all thoughts and opinions down this. Let me know what y'all may think about this. Let me know how y'all feel, and I'll keep y'all updated on this as much as possible. Y'all already know who it is. It's Look at Jay. Thank God for another day, man. Y'all be safe. I love y'all. Christ loves y'all so much more than I ever will. And yeah, bro, I'm out, man.